Hey crafty friends, it's Rena, and today I'm here with my Not Too Shabby design team project. First thing I want to tell you is, guys, please, when you go to Jamie's shop, please enter my design team member coupon code, which is just Rena Meyers, and it's RINAMEYERS all together, and you will get 10% off your total. She also says, or an additional 10% off if there are any stamps already marked down. Plus, you get free shipping for orders over $40. So, I would appreciate it if, when you shop, you'd use my coupon code. Alright, this is the little stamp that I used for today's project, and I'd never colored one of these kind of girls before. And I really loved her because she was holding the cross. And I'm Christian, and I love using images that show that they're Christian as well. And her name is Lucy with Cross. So check out all the stamps. If you're a stamping person, she has oodles. She also has a lot of flowers. I used some of the flowers I got at Jamie's shop. Let me show you real quick. These right here. And these right here. So I used those. And I used some of the leaves. And I just noticed just now that I didn't put any leaves on my box. So I'm going to just zip some on because that's how easy it is to put them on. Not a problem. To just zip some on really quickly. Except I need a little more glue in my glue gun, and then I'm going to share my project with you. Sorry for the delay, guys. Okay. There we go. So I used some of these large cold porcelain leaves. And Jamie included these in my first design team package. And I kind of had forgotten about them. Because I have a little container I keep my stuff in, and it was at the bottom of the container, so I missed it. But these are really cool. Come on, camera. Can you see the veins in the leaves? So, yeah, these are really nifty, and she has different sizes. Really cool idea. So, check those out. Also, I used this paper pad, Bella Rose, from Tutu Amy's store, mysophiarose.com. And this is an amazing paper pad. So check it out. I loved it. So yeah. All right. So at the end of the video, I'm going to share a tutorial on how to make this box. So stay tuned at the end if you're interested in how to make a box to fit your card. So this is the gorgeous paper. I used a Spellbinders die back here. I added my Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and then these little white flowers that I got from Jamie's store with the porcelain leaves. And I added some cheesecloth and some eyelash trim there. This is a new die I got from Lee Abilities on Overstock.com. So, on top of the box, slides off like that. And then inside, we have our little treasure, our little sweet little girl. Oh, I love how she came out. I was kind of worried at first. I started coloring her up, and her face was just so big. I I was like, oh, how's she going to look? I think she turned out amazing. And what I did different with her hair this time is I colored it up like I normally would. And then I took my white, let me turn it this way, my white gel pen. I don't know why my camera is struggling. Probably because I'm in this area where it's trying to focus on all different things. But I took my white gel pen and I kind of went through her hair to add more highlights. And I really like how that came out. I also added just a hint of a line right across here. Sorry, got a phone call from my daughter. Okay, so back to our little girl here. So like I said, I put a little hint of a nose right there, just a little line, and you can just see the little shadow of it. And then I added some little white dots for, you know, more of a freckly effect. And I colored her up with Copics, as I always do. Love her little shoes. Okay, so I've really been watching a lot of Linda, Faith Chick 777, and I love how she rolls and folds her papers, and she's got some tutorials on that, but that's what I did here. And I cut a piece of this lace off, and I just put it underneath my flower there. I used this beautiful lace I had in my stash. There is a Spellbinders die back in the back. I used my Martha Stewart flower punch on the edge there. And then I added my Wild Orchid Craft flowers. I added more cheesecloth and eyelash trim and some pearls and those really unique and beautiful porcelain leaves. Look at those. And then up here I did the same thing and I added those beautiful white flowers from Jamie's store. Finally, camera decides to focus properly. And then over here, this is just a new sentiment I got with the new paper collection, and it was pink. So I popped it up, put it on this banner, and bam, there you go. This is from my Lee Abilities, my brand new dies. And then when you pop it up, I have this trim that I had in my stash. I can't remember whose store I got that from. And then I added the layer of pearls. And then my sentiment area with another Lee Abilities little die corner piece there. So let me pull back and share the box and the card. I got to put the top back on the box. So there we go. That's both of them together. I love this paper, guys. Oh my gosh. And that little stamp is absolutely precious, adorable. Precious. So please head on over to Jamie's store and check out all her amazing stamps, her flowers, her dies. So much goodness going on over there. I just actually placed an order myself for some new stamps and some new flowers. So remember to use my coupon code, which is just my name, Rena Myers, all together, all capital letters. I'd really appreciate it if you'd use my coupon code. And stay tuned for the box tutorial. Thanks for watching. Have a happy scrappy day. Bye, guys. Hey crafty peeps, it's Rena, and I'm going to share a little tutorial with you on how to make a box to fit your card. And the first thing that you want to do is measure from the outermost edge, and a lot of us make things that hang off our cards, so the furthest out edge, even if you have stuff hanging off, to your outermost edge here, which would be my little fishtail banner. So mine's close to 6.5, but I'm going to make it 6 3/4 just to give a teensy bit of extra room. And then this direction, it's 6 1/4, but I'm going to go ahead and make it 6.5. So then what you need to do is decide, based on your embellishments, how deep your box needs to be. And I've used a large Wild Orchid Craft flower, so I'm going to go 1.25 inches is how deep my box needs to be. So this is where it gets just a teensy bit confusing. You have your dimensions of your actual card, and you're going to have 1.25 inches, and you need to double whatever it is. If it's 1 inch, you need to make it 2 inches. If it's 2 inches, you need to make it 4 inches. So whatever that measurement is, you need to double it, and I'll explain why in a moment. So your total piece of cardstock you need to cut is 9.25 by 8.5 for this particular card. Just remember, dimensions of your box, double how deep you want it to be, and that's what you need to cut your cardstock at. Okay? So, I cut this one here, and what I want to do is what I've already done, which is score it at 1.25 inches. That's going to make it, obviously, 1.25 inches deep. The reason why you have to double it is because on the opposite edge, you have 1.25 inches. This side and this side, 1.25 inches. So that's going to leave your center exactly how big you need it for your card to fit in. So after you score on all the edges, you're going to cut here and here, and it doesn't matter which edge, and exactly the same on the other side. And then you're going to go ahead and fold your scores. Now, this is a part where it's really, really easy if you have glue in your glue gun. So I'm going to, and I really like to use hot glue on my boxes because it's important they be really sturdy. Alright, so you're going to take those two flaps and fold them to the inside. You don't want to fold them to the outside because then it won't look as pretty. So you can see I've got a little edge sticking up there. Not really a big deal. Just take your scissors and cut that off if it bothers you. And so let's go ahead and do the other side. So see, what I'm saying is you want to fold your box up like this. If you fold it like this, then it looks ugly. So fold those flaps to the inside. And voila, there's your box. Now, this is the bottom of the box. What I want you to do, and please remember this, when you do the top of your box and you go to cut that one out, just do it like, I don't know what you call them, just a teensy bit bigger. Just a teensy bit bigger. Maybe like maybe 1/8, not a quarter, 1/8, maybe even not quite 1/8 of an inch bigger. Because what happens is this box, this top part, has to go over the bottom part. So whereas they're the same size, it needs to just be a hair bigger so that it'll slide over that top of the box. Because if you make them identical in size, you'll have a hard time getting that box to slide over. So I'm just going to put this top piece together real quickly. I know when I first started, there were a lot of things that seemed really hard to me, like, oh no, that's just too hard, I'm not going to be able to do it. And what's really awesome is a lot of this crafting stuff really isn't hard. It's really pretty easy. I'm a very visual person, so somebody couldn't call me on the phone and tell me how to do this, and then it would be easy. But seeing somebody do it is totally different. I mean, I would very much like to learn how to use iMovie, and I downloaded the trial version, and I looked at that thing for 5 minutes and was like, oh no, this is never going to work. And you know what I think I did? Oh, there we go. There we go. There's my box. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm glad to help. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my box because I have all the things already prepped. These are going to be around my edges. And I've got my topper right here. So I'm going to see if I can get some glue to come out. I do not use hot glue for much on cards at all, except to adhere my flowers, because it dries just too terribly fast and you can't get things positioned properly. So if you're one of my new subscribers, I use Fabric Tack by Beacon, and you can get it at any of your major craft stores or of course online, and it allows you the time to position things and reposition things. So that's really cool, because like if I didn't like this where I put this, I could just peel it back off and reposition it. It allows you to kind of push it around and get it where you want it. So remember on your edges that we have different lengths going on. So if you do things with paper that you want to go around the edge, just remember that you're not going to make them all identical because you have different lengths. So, you know, sometimes we have to go through those peaks and valleys of learning experiences to get it down right. And it kind of is a bummer a lot of times to go through that, because you're creating something you think is awesome and you make mistakes, and sometimes you have to start over, or you have to, you know, correct things. And we all know we get so excited about our projects that we just want to finish it so we can admire how beautiful it is. Okay, so there's my box. I made the topper. Actually, the box goes like this. I made the topper separate so that I could just put it on during the video. And then these are my edges. And a lot of times on these boxes, I like to put trim instead of paper. But I decided on this one because I had some extra of this, and I didn't want to waste it because this paper is so gorgeous from mysophierose.com. But yeah, so let's open it up. Let's put our sweet little card in. And it fits perfectly. Sometimes it's nice to have just a teensy bit of give in there, but I like it when it fits this perfectly too, because then it's not going to slide around. So I'm not listing any cards on eBay probably through the end of the month, because sales are really terrible in July and it's just a waste of time. So if anybody is interested in purchasing any of my cards that I show, please contact me via private message or comment, and I'll be glad to communicate with you about that. So there you go. I hope that helped. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to help. So thanks so much. Bye.